And now, 3 rounds of Fade the Noise, bold takes, sharp bets, and guaranteed heat. Introducing first, the hosts, Joe and Eric.
Hello and welcome back. This is episode 21 of Fade the Noise, your favorite source of sports betting information, guides, general tips and advice. Things have been going pretty well over the last few weeks. Football season is always a fun ride. With me, I've got Angel today. He missed him last week, and I'm glad he's back, and I'm playing him in fantasy this week, so I'm going to pretend like the crowd is booing now. But Angel, how's your week going?
It's going great. It's great to be back. We are here. We are ready to win some games in fantasy this week. And I'm not sure I can let you win 2 weeks in a row. I'm not sure if you won the week before, but all I'm worried about is beating you this week. But yeah, good luck. But yeah, we're here and excited for some more football.
Yep, absolutely agree. Angel made that joke because last week I was playing Joe, and Joe decided to talk a little too early, and karma came back, bit him in the ass, and I won. It was, my God. So Joe's apparently in the vicinity, and he should be joining us shortly, but we're going to go ahead and continue just in case. So yeah, let's dive on in. It's been a pretty crazy week. We had a couple of massive college football upsets, primarily Texas. My team, Arch can't catch a break. And when I say that, I mean he's not playing well at all. It's not like the universe is conspiring against him. Arch couldn't support a bridge right now. Okay, he's having a hard time, and so is the overall team. But you know, that's the point of someone being a part of your team. You keep the faith even when they suck. Cowboys fans, we get let down every single year. We're used to it. I'm built for this. And we also had another upset. Iowa State lost. And I mean, so two teams in the top 25 got upset by unranked teams. It was devastating. That's why I don't bet too much on college football. They're kids. What are you going to do? Speaking of upsets, NFL. I mean, the Chiefs, which by all means, kudos to the Jaguars and everything. I didn't think it was going to shake out that way. I knew there was a possibility, but credit to Trevor Lawrence for playing hero ball. When something needed to happen, it happened. I have no explanation for the Ravens. I don't want to talk about the Eagles. That's a game where I wish both teams could lose, and they lost both times and still managed to upset me. So Philly is the worst, and I can't even really talk about the Bills because I didn't watch the whole game, but it wasn't good. So, and for our MLB fans, Dodgers wrapped up their series, and so we're going to end up with Blue Jays playing the Tigers or Mariners, winners of the game tonight.
Tigers.
This is Jared.
This is Jared.
It's Joe out here in Denver with IS.
Hello, Joe.
So, I'm sure Angel will have something to comment on as far as the Blue Jays potential matchup goes, because I know what he thinks that is coming for us tonight. And then Dodgers are going to face the winners of the Cubs and Brewers series, which happens tomorrow. So it's going to be a pretty stacked Final Four. I know you're not supposed to call it that in baseball, but it's what I do. So, Angel, got any baseball comments before we recap last weekend's UFC?
Yes, it's been quite the postseason, I'd say. Blue Jays looking amazing, you know. Vladimir Guerrero having one of the postseasons of all time. They're just riding some momentum right now. They're going to be facing, I think, the Tigers. I don't know. They got one of their best aces in the whole league, Screwball, on the mound, and he's hard to hit off of, you know. But one of those teams are going to win and one of those teams are going to lose and go to the next round. So it's going to be an epic game. The Dodgers, they did win their series. What a crazy last inning that was. It's going to be the Brewers or the Cubs. They're both 2-2, and the Brewers are looking real good, but the series is all tied up, so it doesn't matter. All that matters is who wins that next game. But I got no leans there. I'm just excited to watch that game and see who has to go against the Dodgers.
Totally fair. Yeah, I see Dodgers going all the way. Well, at least, you know what? No, I see them going all the way. I was going to say,
reason not to.
Yeah, I was going to say making it to the World Series, but they're so stacked. And
yeah, it's not fair.
Yeah, especially when you got Luffy throwing the ball out for opening pitch. I mean,
Snap.
I love that the LA teams do that, but I'm a nerd. So just to recap, last week we talked about UFC 320. That was Pereira versus Ankalaev and Merab versus Sandhagen. So I was actually at Joe's place. I can't talk as much about the betting or technical side, but we all watched the same thing happen. First off, let's go with Merab versus Sandhagen.
Machine.
I think, for real, it shook out the way I think a lot of people suspected. So there wasn't a lot of great value on that fight, but ultimately Marab prevailed. Like the first round, I was sweating a little bit, I'm not going to lie. And then he just did Marab things. He even admitted, did you see that, Angel? He admitted to like stat padding to a degree. He wanted to, I think it was in the second round or third, mate. I think it was second round. He like locked his arms around him and took him down like 7 or 8 times in such a short period of time. And I mean, A, you're
That'll do
breaking
it.
somebody's will to fight, and B, now you're just racking up how many takedowns you get. And he was like, yeah, but if you can do it, why not, right?
No one's stopping him. No reason not to, you know. I
Hell yeah.
saw a comment from O'Malley saying that only reason he didn't take me down that much is 'cause I didn't get up. So it was pretty funny. Sandhagen had that will, but then again, couldn't do nothing. So it's
That's
crazy.
hilarious. Yeah, and the fight I thought was actually really entertaining. I was kind of worried that we were in for a repeat of the DDP fight, and it wasn't, primarily because DDP didn't get up. So at least it was competitive in that respect. And I feel like in the second half of the 5th round, it was also pretty competitive. Like Sandhagen fought back and was trying to pull off some miracle, but Marab's a machine. He can take hits, he can wrestle, grapple, the whole 9 yards. I don't know what's next for him. Who can do anything about that?
I mean, someone's got to. I don't know, but I don't see anyone either. Good luck to that division. 14, 15 fight win streak now, something like that. I don't know, man. Dude is this dude's already in the GOAT talk for that division. Easy.
Mm-hmm. Completely agree. And then we got Pereira versus Ankalaev, which was over significantly faster than I thought it would be. Before, I hate that so much. I don't know why. I don't have a good reason. It's just, it annoys me.
Right. Haters gonna hate.
It's not a hater. I like Pereira. It's just when everyone is on the same page and like cheering for something, I instinctively start to hate it. But that probably says more about my upbringing than anybody else in general.
God.
I really don't know. But credit to Pereira, he rocked the hell out of him. Just because that was weird. That was like a TKO by definition. And I say that because, you know, he was rocked temporarily, but he didn't let up. There was no choice but to call off the fight. The ref did the absolute right thing, gave them time to fix the situation. But ultimately, what are you going to do? You're not going to let them sit there and wail on them for the next 3.5 minutes. I don't know how long it was, but yeah. So Pereira won. I know Joe had the spread, I believe. Let me check my notes, actually. I was looking at the VIP. Maybe we didn't even talk about it. Oh, yeah. I think last week he was saying, hop in the Discord, you know, free or VIP. You'll get the picks. So, yeah, things went about as accounted for there. Did you watch that fight, Angel?
I did watch that fight. It was pretty good. You know, he came back, took what was his. You know, I didn't see it going to a decision. I didn't see it being ended that early as well. But yeah, you know, he has that power. You don't want to get hit because you get hit, you might not get up. And Uncle Ive never got up.
Yeah, and I will add on to that because thank you for reminding me part of why I actually am a hater. You didn't have to do the thing like 3 different times.
Yeah,
we all saw you do it the first
That's
time.
funny.
3 times you got to be like, see what I do? See what I do? And then during his speech, I mean, kudos to him for scrapping his speech and giving a shout out to Arthur Jones.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he mentioned like 3 different times how he wasn't feeling well last fight. He wasn't 100%. Well, you're a fighter. It's going to happen. Like, nobody doubted you. You just fought one of the like toughest guys in the world. Okay. But I don't want to see this 3 times. And I don't want to hear 3 different times about how you were under the weather. Okay.
Right. Yeah, I want to see I want to see Ankalaev and Yuri matchup. That'd be something to watch.
I don't want to talk about Yuri.
It's your boy, ain't it?
I mean, kind of, sort of, but I do love him and I love his samurai aesthetic. It's just, I don't know how he got the hell beat out of his face for 10 minutes and just came back in the third and looked totally fine and then destroyed a guy. Like, I don't know. But I agree with you. That would be an amazing matchup, and it might be what's next. I was reading that they're
Yeah,
not going to jump straight to a trilogy bout.
right.
They both need some time. So we're going to have to wait and see. I know everyone's probably used to us doing UFC picks directly after we do the recap. We're going to put it a little bit later today, just in case Joe's able to join us. If not, we will dive in and talk about Olivera versus Gamrot. And yeah, we'll see what happens in that time. So I'm going to skip ahead. We'll talk about the upcoming NFL slate for this weekend. We've got some really great matchups, honestly. And it's great in the sense that apparently anything can happen. I know they say any given Sunday, but that's a semi-lie. Like, this isn't TV and movies. Like, no, the worst team doesn't come in and upset the best team. Like, of course, you have your trap games and whatnot. But this season has been a true toss-up so far. I feel like weeks 1 through 4 are typically where we kind of gauge teams, new coaches, new personnel, new schemes, whatever the case might be. Everyone's constantly trying to improve. So 1 through 4 is a good time to watch and analyze. Nobody's betting the house in weeks 1 through 4. Like, people are going to perform the way you're used to seeing them. Then I feel like when you get to 5 through 8, you're looking more at, okay, well, now they've actually had some tests, faced some adversities, injuries have started piling up. Let's see how things go. And I say all that just in order to say, I have no idea what's happening. This has been one of the craziest seasons I've ever seen. I've just never seen this many good teams flop, this many teams that I thought were horrible actually end up being decent, or teams like the Cowboys, where whatever they should be doing statistically, they do the opposite. I think the Packers crushed them. No, we're going to tie. I think that the Jets are going to keep it close. Nope, it's a blowout. So what do I know? Anyway, that's the end of my rant, and we'll dive on in and start things off with Rams at Ravens. So we're going to have Stafford versus Cooper Rush. I was about to make a joke about him being in the Dallas Hall of Fame, but he was with the Cowboys for a really long time as a good consistent backup quarterback. Rams, the last I checked, were minus 390, which I don't know about you, Angel. I think that's fair. What do you think? And what do you think about the matchup overall?
Should be like minus 500, I think. But I mean, it's that high for a reason, We got 3-2 Rams going against the 1-4 Ravens. They are going to be without Lamar Jackson, and it's not looking good for them because although the Ravens have won 5 of their last 6 against the Rams, but then again, that was with Lamar, they might not win this next one. And Cooper Rush is coming off a game where he had 179 yards passing, 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Meanwhile, Stafford is coming off a game where he just had 389 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. So I'm not sure how the Ravens are going to be able to stop the second best offense in the NFL. Matthew Stafford leads the NFL in passing yards. Meanwhile, the Ravens defense just gave up 44 points to the Texans. And yeah, that's not good. It's supposed to be a little lower than that. But yeah, man, I don't know. The Rams, they're just so good. They have a guy named Puka Nacua. You might know him. He is a leader in the NFL in catches and yards, and he's also the first player ever to get 50 catches in the first 5 games. Yeah, I think he's gonna get a lot more catches this next game. The Ravens, they don't got much of pass defense, but yeah, man, I don't know. There's not much working for the Ravens right now without Lamar. I guess it's the Lamar effect, you could say. They definitely need him. Derrick Henry needs him as well. He had 169 yards in the season opener, and since then he hasn't got past 50. So I'm not sure what's up with that. But yeah, the Rams have an impressive pass rush, and they're third in the NFL with 15 sacks. So I look for them to get a couple more sacks this game. And yeah, I mean, the Ravens did just trade for a new safety, Alohi Gilman. So maybe he can provide a spark because they need something. Otherwise, they are on the road to 1-5.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I actually had no idea that their offense was technically ranked second
Yep,
But then I saw that the Cowboys were ranked first, so I immediately knew that you got to take that with a grain of salt.
that's
I know
funny.
we've had a couple of amazing weeks, I'm just saying. And it looks like right now I've got Rams at -7.5. I would consider doing the -6.5, to be honest, or maybe a teaser in there. I just know it's way too juicy to play a side on. Obviously, no one's going to put, well, Conor McGregor might, but
Yeah,
normal people are not going to be betting on -380 money lines. Like,
yeah,
there's no
nah,
point. We might be looking at a good parlay situation here when we get to the lock it in segment. Next up,
that sounds
sorry, go ahead.
nice. You lock in some Puka receiving yards with the Rams win by that 7.5. You never know. That's all it takes.
Puka's going to go off. That's a matter of fact. The Ravens suck with Lamar on defense anyway. And so, yeah, I don't know what his line is. Now I'm really curious. Let's see. Okay, he's set at almost 100. I still think he'll
Yeah,
do it, but
sounds about right.
I also thought Saquon was going to hit 80 rushing yards last night.
Oh my
So
gosh. What did he
we
get? Two
will see.
yards? 2 yards after the first half? Don't ask me how I know that, but I know that. They didn't score a single point in the second half. They pulled the Cowboys, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah, that's for us to cry about. Next up, we've got Lions at Chiefs. So that's kind of a weird one because both teams have been wild cards. I was super pissed when I was watching the Jaguars and Chiefs play just because from the get-go it was clear the Chiefs couldn't do things normally. I really wanted them to get Worthy involved. He went out. He got hurt again, right?
Yeah, he got hurt again and came back at the very end of the game.
Yeah. So superstar, and I
Dude's
think
fragile.
that's what it was. It was Andy Reid's play calling. I will never complain about it in general, but the fact that you're running trick plays in the first quarter and can't just take straightforward approaches tells me you're struggling. And granted, it could have been just to get a spark going. But anyway, Chiefs are slight favorites against the Lions. I don't fully understand why. I think the Lions have a much better offense than the Chiefs do at
That's crazy.
defense, and it could be a matter of play calling, it could be home field advantage. I like those odds though. Like I will be taking the Lions at plus money.
Sign me
That
up.
being said, I don't the Chiefs are one of those teams where they're so resilient and now I'm scared it's like a trap. Like I'm gonna take the Lions at plus money and this is
Right.
the game where the Chiefs are like, everyone's healthy, we're pulling out all the stops and Spags calls like a perfect defensive game. But first first instinct is hell yeah, Lions. If nothing else, I'll look at the spread. Like, I mean, I'll take plus 3.5 and eat the juice on that. It really wasn't bad. Yeah, Lions are plus 2.5 at -115 right now, so plus 3.5 can't be bad money. It's still got to be less than 150. But Angel, what do you think about this game? Any lines, players, angles you're looking out for?
Yes, we got the 4-1 Lions going against the Chiefs. Sunday night football, so we got prime time. Patrick Mahomes, he did lose last game. I mean, it was very close, 38-21 to the end, made the critical 99-yard touchdown pass to the other team. But yeah, if it wasn't for a couple mistakes, I mean, they probably could have won, but it was Trevor Lawrence's birthday, so I think it was just due for him to win that game. It's gonna be a good matchup for the Lions and Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes is coming off a game, 318 yards, one touchdown, one interception, and he also had 6 carries for 60 yards, making him the leading rusher for the Chiefs once again. This isn't his first time. The Chiefs running backs, they don't exist, but every now and then they do pitch in. But yeah, Patrick Mahomes is QB1 and RB1. Jared Goff he's pretty good. I mean, I think since he left the Rams, he's only gotten better. His numbers have gotten better. He has more weapons. Like, not even fair how many weapons he has. He is amazing against the blitz. The dude has 143.8 passer rating, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions, 82% completion rate while getting blitz. So he wants the blitz. I don't think the Chiefs have a pass rush either. So I think maybe he's gonna even have more time to throw. And yeah, I don't know. Their pass offense is definitely better than their rush offense as of lately, but they do have two very great weapons in Jamar Gibbs and David Montgomery. So I look for them probably to get more involved this game. But they got St. Brown. He's automatic for a touchdown usually. He's one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. So I like him because someone's got to catch those passes. Sam Laporta just coming off a very great week. I look for him to catch some more balls. Patrick Mahomes, he's a superstar, and he's 1 week away from getting his number one wide receiver, Rashee Rice. So I think, maybe Worthy shows up a little more this week. He is on the injury report, but I think he is probable to play. So look for him to get more involved. Kelsey's there. He'll catch some passes. Jared Goff has to watch out for Chris Jones. He'll be after him this week. But yeah, I'm leaning Lions with this game. The Lions D has held all but one opponent under 100 rush yards. So I look for them to stop Mahomes' rush yards this week. And I think he might be airing that ball out just a little more.
Interesting. Okay. I could see that. And not just Chris Jones. I remember last game being really impressed with whoever number 90 was.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name, but he was just in the backfield all night long. And that's crazy. I had no idea that Goff's stats were that good against the blitz. And
I
they
didn't
run a lot
believe
of
it either.
they run a lot of too high safety on the Chiefs defense. Spags is a
Yeah.
mastermind though. He's going to prepare for the opponent they face.
Mhm.
He always will. It doesn't matter what they usually do. He's going to come up with the best defense he can think of, which he's pretty damn good at. And with the Lions, it's like you said, with their offense, you pick your poison. Who are you going to let smoke you? Because it's going to be somebody.
Yeah. There's
Yeah,
that.
it's not fair. Can't wait to see what happens when everyone needs to be re-signed. That's the name of the game. And then last up, we've got Bills at Falcons. So Michael Penix versus Josh Allen. And Bills were, I want to say, minus 220 last I checked. That's kind of a weird game. The Bills in general are weird to me. I feel like they have an above average defense, but not a great defense. I feel like they have Josh Allen and otherwise are an above average offense, but not a great offense. They don't have that X factor superstars. Like they literally, when they win, it is through blood, sweat, and grit. Or Josh Allen playing hero ball. You know what I mean? It's just
For sure.
they're a tough team to forecast, and the Falcons are just a nightmare in my opinion. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and just analyze the hell out of that.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we got the 4-1 Bills going against the 2-2 Falcons. Monday Night Football, another primetime game. The Falcons are coming off a bye week right now, so they've gotten some rest. They've definitely gotten some time to get ready for the Bills. They're probably watching the Bills game all together. Who knows? The Bills were 4-0 until last week. They got their first loss of the season. What's it called? Drake May from the Patriots. He came in on a mission. It was kind of a revenge game for Stephon Diggs. Dude went off, caught every pass. I think they did what they wanted to do against the Bills, and Josh Allen did have a good game. I mean, 253 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 53 rushing yards, but he did have a costly fumble. You have, turnovers. They usually don't help you win games unless you're causing them. But yeah, I look for them to rebound against the Falcons. And Atlanta's defense stopped the Bills. I'm not sure about that. James Cook is one of the best running backs in the NFL. He's coming off his worst game of the season, 15 carries, 49 yards. I think that he's going to get the ball a lot more than he did this week because when Josh Allen and James Cook are on, they're quite the dynamic duo to stop. And if you do try to stop them, Josh Allen does have an arm. He loves to launch that ball. You did say they don't have many stars on the team, no superstars, but they have some receivers that can catch the ball. One of them is Dalton Kincaid. He's a very good tight end. He is probably Josh Allen's number one target, but I mean, he likes to spread it, Khalil Shakir, Josh Palmer. Every now and then Keon Coleman shows up, Ever since that week 1 game, he had an amazing, I think, 2 touchdowns, 100-some yards, but ever since then, he's just not catching on balls. So I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, we got 2 quality pass defenses, the Falcons defense has a lot to worry about, but so does the Bills defense because the Falcons, they got some weapons, man. Bijan Robinson is top 3 running back in the NFL. This dude can catch the ball like a receiver, maybe better. He can run the ball. He likes to run through you. He cuts, jukes, everything you can think of. He's going to be hard to stop, and if they do stop, Michael Penix, he has an arm. Drake London, they've had some players on the injury report, but now they're all rested up. looking like a healthy squad this week. You know, what's his name? Kyle Pitts. Yeah, that's my boy right there. He's gonna catch some balls. I had to remember him real quick, but I look for him to have a good game. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to lean with the Bills in this game. I mean, they got a pretty MVP caliber quarterback in Josh Allen. He'll run the ball, pass the ball. Right now, he's completing 70% of all of his passes. He has a 9-2 touchdown interception ratio and about 212 rush yards, 3 touchdowns, and that's a lot for a quarterback. So he likes to run, he likes to pass. I think Bills take this, but it might be close, a close game. I say that.
Yeah, that's the tricky part is I feel like the Bills are minus 220 partially because they're the Bills. And the
Yeah.
Falcons for the talent they have. Well, I say that. This is going to be mean. But I was like I'm like, why do the Falcons just perpetually suck? And then I'm thinking like, oh, they're surrounded by talent, but they have a fairly weak offensive line, and then you got Penix. Although we've learned in past couple of years that game managers can win games. I don't know if it's
True.
play calling, execution, discipline. Speaking of which, I saw Keon Coleman got benched again for the first series last week. Sorry everybody, not for this upcoming game.
Yeah,
It
you
was last
scared
week.
me.
It could happen again. I don't know. So yeah, all right. Thank you very much, Angel. And yeah, so we've got some pretty sweet matchups that we're looking at show-wise anyway. And in general, I think there's a lot of interesting games this weekend. So before we do lock it in, let's cover the UFC card, which is just going to be UFC Fight Night, Olivera versus Gamrot. Two big names. It's actually a pretty sweet headliner for a fight night. And Olivera just changed his name from Do Bronx to Predator, which I have mixed feelings about, but he can do him. And I were kind of debating that beforehand. But yeah, so Angel, you got anything for the fights?
Yeah, this is quite the 155-pound headliner between Olivera and Gamrot. We got a UFC Rio card. I think that people are saying, I mean, I just hear things, but I think people are saying Oliveira is getting old. He needs to retire. I don't think so. I think he's still good. He has a lot of knowledge, a lot of skills, and yeah, we got a locked in loaded card for tomorrow in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. It's gonna be a good fight. Yeah, 5'10", 74 Oliveira going against 5'10", 70-inch reach for Gamrot, so he has a little bit of an advantage there. I think he might use that. We all know him as a great, grappler, submissioner, but Gamrot is no joke. You know what I mean? Dude's 25-3, 8 knockouts, 5 submissions, 12 decisions. It's gonna be a tough matchup for Oliveira, that's for sure. But Gamrot, he is a formidable wrestler, and he does average more than 5 takedowns per fight. So I think he does like to wrestle as well. And I think we might be in for a wrestling match. Who's the better wrestler? We're gonna see that. If I had to pick a lean, I'm probably gonna go with Gamrot on this one.
Okay. Yeah. Makes perfect sense. And it looks like Joe just joined us. Perfect.
Just in
Crunch time.
time.
Clutch. Sorry, I got you muted, but based on the face I just saw you make.
I said, let's go. It's Friday. I'm back. I had to do, I was tied up in some things right now, but I'm back in here, so I'm happy. You guys held it down for me, for us, for the podcast. Love it.
All
What
right.
we do?
We're rock my world. What's happening? Oliveira, Predator
I heard
Oliveira.
that. I didn't even know he changed his name to Predator. Stop. Oliveira's changed his name to Predator. In America, and I'm not going to even go there. Anyway, I like to do Bronx. He needs to change it back. He's fighting in his hometown. He's going to be hyped up. He's going to be coming out crazy. He's kind of like Yuri Prohaska. Yuri just basically got walked down for 2 rounds straight last weekend, and then was like, why am I getting walked down? I do better in the fire. I do better with the chaos in a brawl. So that's what he brought to Khalil and finished him in the 3rd round.
He's playing the long game.
We were actually, yeah. He's wild, man. So I feel like Charles has the same type of fight style, kind of, where he just goes hard. So I think in his back is backyard. He's going to want to make a statement. He's going to be feeling good. He's going to have all his friends and families out there. So that just goes to his fighting style. He doesn't have very many decisions, especially in a main event 5-round fight. So expect this not to go to decision once again. Mateusz Gamrot wants to hold him down. He has great wrestling. He's going to try to put the pressure on him. But I don't know if he's going to be able to do that. You either, with Olivera, there's no in between. You either dominate him into your game plan, or he finishes you usually, or dominates you throughout the fight. There should be no in between, so it's going to go either guy's way. I don't know. I could see Olivera definitely pulling off a submission. Mateusz is going to try to have him on the floor, and he is a dangerous guard, but he can't just stay on his back. He's going to have to try to get up. And honestly, Charles can knock him out too. He has a lot of knockouts. He's knocked out a lot of top 10 fighters, and he could definitely knock out Gamrot as long as he keeps it on the feet. So yeah, for the key for Olivera is minimize the takedowns, survive them, scramble, and then threaten with a submission. Key for Gamrot, take Olivera down early, stay on top control, avoid dangerous scrambles where he could get caught in the submission. If things do go to the ground, Olivera is still lethal. Like I said, mid position, he could find attacks. But if he's just on his back, he's not going to probably secure a submission. He's been known to not secure submissions when he's on his back, kind of like against Arman Sarukian, that kind of fight. So that's the type of blueprint Gamrot wants. Well, it's up to Olivera not to let him get that.
Olivera has never lost a fight
you're the best.
in Brazil. Just a heads up.
For real?
For real.
Damn, and the odds are like a pick'em right now. I got Olivera money line at -105.
Damn.
Oh man, because I was a little behind this morning, I didn't get to do all my 100% research on this fight breakdown. So that you letting me know right now in real time that it is a pick'em. I'm gonna let you know right now. It's gonna probably be Olivera. Stay tuned though. Join our Discord. Join the community. I'll throw out some free plays, and we'll have VIP picks for every single fight. So tomorrow we'll see exactly what side we're on, but so far I'm leaning Olivera.
Absolutely. I completely get it. Thank you so much for hopping in. And since you're on and pressed for time, we're going to jump right into Lock It In, and we're going to start off with Joe. Joe, what do you got for us? Please bless my brain.
So for Lock It In, I have two best bets. I only got one. Sorry, I had to reel that back. Yeah. Not as prepared this morning, so I'm not going to give out a best bet I don't 100% stand behind or haven't researched yet. So the number one thing I do know is I like the Bills and the Falcons to go over this Monday night football. I think the line set at 49.5. That's just a pretty high line, but there's offensive firepower plus mismatch in Buffalo being balanced, explosive offensive team. Falcons defense has given up huge plays in the past few weeks. They're leading the league in almost one of the most big plays given up, most explosive plays given up already up to this point. The only team that is pretty much worse than them is the Cowboys, my team. So they should give up a lot of points to the Bills. They're going to struggle to contain both the pass and run game against the Bills. Falcons or Buffalo's games have actually trended towards overs as well. They're 16-4 as in the last 20 games for over. And then they also like road games against teams like Atlanta, obviously crappy defense. And yeah, so I like the over on this one. There's going to be a lot of money on this, hopefully not too much money, but I think that both offenses are going to get to have their way. I think the Falcons, it's really up to the Falcons. As long as they show up their offense like they can, this over should hit.
I hear you. Just last week's game, too, Patriots and Bills hit 43 points, I think. If they can do that, surely the Falcons can match. And like Joe said, it's just up to the Falcons. Are you going to show up, try and play? We'll see. If not, let Buffalo hang 50 on you. I'm going to insert myself so we wrap up on a high note. Well, not that this is a low note, but just I don't have traditional lock it in picks. So for touchdown scorers for this coming slate for NFL games, I just have a list of names to look at. As always, parlay who you like, do the full list, whatever you want to do. If you're going to do more than two people, do a round robin so that you have a safety net. And so for this weekend, I like J.K. Dobbins, Jonathan Taylor, Javonte Williams. I feel comfortable putting Cowboys back on the list. Devon Achane, Puka Nacua. I think he's going to have a big weekend. Ashton Jonty, because They are playing against the Titans. And lastly, Josh Jacobs. I think they're all going to have big weekends. Touchdown scores are kind of a toss-up, but I like their chances. So with that, we're going to head on over to Angel to wrap us up. Angel, what do you got for Lock It In?
Oh yeah, I got 3 bets for you. One of them is gonna be on the Cowboys at Panthers game. We got a little bit of a revenge game for running back for the Panthers named Rico Dowdle. He has said his former team is gonna have to buckle up on Sunday. This comes after his 206-yard performance against whoever he just faced, which was Miami. His line is only 77 yards. I'm gonna take that over to Dallas Cowboys team who gives up a lot of rush yards, approximately 127 yards a game. Yeah, he only needs 78 yards for that to hit. Cowboys, I don't know. I mean, I don't think they're gonna be able to stop him, so I'm taking that bet. A second bet is going to be Justin Herbert. He's facing a Miami defense that it doesn't generate much pressure blitzing. You can't give Justin Herbert a lot of time. He's a very good passer. He has some weapons that can catch the ball very good. So I will take his over 250 yards, 254.5 passing yards. And my last bet is going to be on a running back by the name of Kyron Williams. This is probably my favorite bet of them all. The bet is over 88.5 rushing plus receiving yards. That just seems like free money. I don't know. The Ravens are dead last in the league in defensive rush while ranking 29th in rushing yards allowed per game. I mean, all the stats just say to bet it. They also allow the 4th most receiving yards per game, which is 40 to running backs. And Kyron Williams is coming off a game where he had some fumbles. He needs to not fumble. He might need to, reclaim the spot as being his. But I think Blake Corum, might see some more carries. But I still think Kyron hits that over 88.5 rushing and receiving. Easy.
Like that a lot.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. And Dowdle. There's going to be a teaser there. If in
That's
doubt,
that's
take
that
all 3 of
parlay.
his picks, lower it by like 30%,
I
and
like
you got
it.
plus money that's damn near guarantee.
Let's do it.
Despite me playing Angel this weekend, he does know what he's talking about.
Sometimes.
So, yeah. All right, sweet. So that's the show, everybody. Thanks for joining. I hope everyone has an amazing weekend. We're getting deep into the football season. Everything's about to become real, real fun. And let's cash. Look forward to seeing you guys next week. And thank you again, Angel and Joe, for joining.
Hey,
Cut through the chatter, fade the noise.
go Tigers.
All right. Bye, everybody. Tigers.
There it went.